Welcome back to FlexCandle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. I'm Flex, and today we're diving into a full top-down analysis on Bitcoin. We're going to start as usual from the higher time frames and work our way down to the lower time frames, and let's see if we can find any good setups. Now remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. You're responsible for your own trades. Always do your own research and trade at your own risk. Okay, so let's hop into the charts. Today we're going to start off with the weekly, and as I went over yesterday, the stochastics are low. It looks like we're bullish short term to continue going up here. Yesterday we closed the candle at about 85,000, like 150, I would say. And as you can see today, the candle so far went about 88,000, almost 500. So yesterday, if you guys look at yesterday's episode, I told you it's possible that we could reach 88k because things did look bullish short term. So it looks like that prediction did come true. Let's take a look at the 4-day chart here. In the 4-day chart, we still have room to move up. We touched the 21-day moving average, and we still have room in the stochastic here to keep on going up. So this looks like my prediction going to 93k is going to be possible. Let's see how it keeps on turning out the rest of this week. Check out the daily chart. The daily chart yesterday, the stochastics, we went up to around here, and I was saying, you know, it looks like we're going to continue dragging along here. And yesterday we finished the daily chart at around 85,300, let's call it, and just look at today's candle so far, bouncing right off of that 200-day moving average at 88,235. I think we still have room because if we look at the 22-hour chart, we're not all the way toppy yet. So while the 22-hour continues to go up, I think the daily here is going to continue to drag, and hopefully we could break the 200-day moving average, which we haven't in a long time. It's been a couple of days that we don't break the 200-day moving average, and I'm hoping we're gonna break through this, probably hit 93, and then maybe from there come back down, but this time stay above the 200-day moving average. Now in yesterday's episode, I also told you guys that I saw a flag here, and yesterday we didn't break out yet, but I was telling you it looks like we could break out. And if I do the full move, look at this, guys, it already started breaking out. This flag is going to take us, according to this, to about 95, 96, and we already broke out here. So it's possible that we could continue going. Maybe we won't do this whole stick here. You know, if you want to be a little bit more conservative, instead of doing that whole line, you could just do the whole base of this triangle. And if you do that, we pretty much already acquired this target. If you see here, we already perfectly acquired that target. So the next thing that we want to look for is, like I said, break above 88,300 and continue going from there. So far that flag did play out, and I also told you guys we had a inverted head and shoulder here that looks like it's playing out, and it's finally hit the right shoulder. That's the left shoulder, the head, and as you can see, the right shoulder just finished forming here perfectly with this left shoulder. And if we do the measured move on this from the bottom of the head where that wick is to the neckline, if this does play out, guys, this is going to be amazing. It's going to take us pretty much almost to like 100k. So if that were to happen, we'll definitely hit my target of 93, and hopefully we could continue going up. Let's see what ends up happening. Now let's head over to the 12-hour chart. The 12-hour chart yesterday looked bearish here in the stochastic. It looked like it was going to continue going down, but since we got bullish, look how the stochastics turned, and now we're starting to point up, and this is looking very bullish now. This looks like this is going to continue moving up all the way up here. I'm very excited for that candle. Let's take a look at the 8-hour chart. The 8-hour chart also looks like there's room to keep on going here in the stochastic. This is also bullish. We starting to flag out here. We have a bullish green candle, and this candle is red, but as you can see, we bounced off the 21-day moving average, which is at 86,273. So now this is currently the new support, guys. What used to be resistance a couple of days ago, which was like 86 and change, is now support. So if we were to flag this out here on the 8-hour, let's see if this keeps on going sideways a little bit, and we do the measured move for this. Let's see where this would take us. So now if this flag plays out, this is going to take us to 91, very close to that 93. Again, the target is 93. You don't have to wait for 93. You could start taking profits before then. There's no guarantee it will hit 93, but that's the target that I'm gonna go for. I might get out of my play at 90, at 91, maybe 89. I was actually in a play and I got out at 88,000. Now I'm looking for things to reset a little bit. bit and see how I could get back in. So let's look out for that flag. If we take a look at the 4-hour chart, we topped out here, but it looks like we could continue dragging just like how I showed you earlier in the daily. Again, we're well above the 21D moving average and the 200D moving average, so this is super bullish. Looks like we're going to create another flag here. So everything looks on the up and up. It does look like we're going to that target of over 90K. Here we have the 1-hour chart. The stochastics are resetting. We're already oversold. This looks like it's pointing up on the way up. We're well above the 200-day moving average, which is now at 84,915, and we're above the 21-day, which is at 87,314. So now we just have new support levels, which is amazing. This also looks like a flag could be here. So we flag this out. Let's see what the target could be for this, because the stochastics are low, and it definitely does look like we're going to break out. And if we check out what the measure move of this would be, more or less is showing us 90K, which would make sense if we go to the 12-hour chart. Look, the 12-hour chart, like I told you, the stochastics still have to go up. We're looking bullish, and look at where the 200-day moving average is at 90,964. So that flag does make sense that we would be going up as this starts heading down. So it looks like 90,000 is pretty much going to be the next target, guys. I'm really excited about this. Let's actually leave that flag there so we could take a look at it tomorrow. And now let's take a look at the 15-minute chart, and the 15-minute chart is on the way up. I think we're going to continue going up and down in this pattern and then eventually breaking out. So overall, guys, I feel very confident that we should be breaching 90K pretty soon and possibly reaching my target of 93K. Let's see what ends up happening. If you guys see my other videos, I also went over XRP, and I said that it did look like XRP could reach $2.14. I think when I made the video, it was like at $2.05, and then let's see where it ended up reaching. As you can see there, it went to $2.14, so that was true. And if you go over the gold video that I also did a couple of days ago, I stated how it looks like, you know, the stochastic still needs some room, and we already went up high. I feel like midterm it's probably going to end up coming down a little bit because we're getting far away from this 21-day moving average, which is at 3,129. But I said it's possible that we continue going up, and then when it comes down, maybe we don't have to come so low. Maybe we stay on top of this line, on top of this base, which is 3,300. And so far today, we went all the way to 3,428. So I see gold possibly continuing to move, maybe to 3,500, all the way to 3,800, and then on the way down, probably holding this line here as support, which is at around 3,300, let's call it. All right, that's the breakdown for today. If this gave you clarity or a setup to watch, do me a favor, like, drop a comment, and subscribe. And if you have a stock or crypto you want me to go over, drop it in the comment section. This is FlexCandle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. See you guys in the next chart.